the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. It's your Friday podcast today. God, the theme of love has been happening quite a bit this year on our show, hasn't it, with the singles ball, Kate? But
I know. Well, the thing is, I think love is a reoccurring theme, really. We're all looking for it. We think it's a summer thing, like a summer fling, or what is it, hot girl summer?
Well, the ladies,
and then you get to winter and you just want someone to cuddle up with. So it's all year round.
Well, that's what Annaliese wants. How did she slip through the cracks of a single man here so far? Because
maybe
she's gorgeous.
Maybe she's smart.
Maybe it proves the point that men are just not good enough here in this country.
You know what, though, Fitz? This edition of Traffic Dating, it shocked me.
Ooh, to what point?
Well, because I mean, I thought there was the lineup of fellas can always be, a little bit unexpected.
Yeah.
But I wasn't convinced with Annaliese's choice.
There was a couple of half-cutters in there. You'll hear it in the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Matthew Massey, can we take this is a dumb... I suppose you could put a dumb criminal story.
You've been hit by a dumb criminal.
Okay, so Matthew was... look, he got done DUI. Yeah. You can't do that. You're in a fair bit of trouble there, right? So he's rocked up to court and he intended to seek private legal representation, but he said, you know what, Your Honour, I'm going to represent myself today. And he said, you know what, I'll probably plead guilty. He said, this is not how we do it. Sit down. The court heard that the drink driving charge related to a level 4 reading, which encompasses any result that is more than 3 times the legal limit.
Okay. I mean, they do say, yep, go on.
He then looked, as they read out his reading, he looked at the judge and said, is that bad, Your Honour?
Okay. So he's not really across it, and they do say a man who represents himself in court has a fool for a client.
He then said, is that bad because I'm not much of a drinker? He said that his partner had been pregnant at the time in question and had been unable to drive to the local shops, which were only 150 metres away from his house. Your Honour, you know what it's like when a pregnant woman wants fish and chips.
Did the judge understand?
The judge, there was prompting laughter in the public gallery. There was nothing I could do about it. Massey requested a pre-sentence report, saying it would be a very good idea to have one because he had been doing really well. I know I've stuffed up here, he said. He then, on the way out, was found guilty. On the way out, Massey made a shucker hand to the judge. And there was reporters out the front going just in his face, and he said, look, if you're going to take a photo of it, make sure it's a good one, please. This is my best side.
Okay, so he's ignored the law, I suppose, with his actions, but at the same time he's focused on the most crucial things in the courtroom, which is a chucker. What do they call that?
The shucker. The shucker. Thanks for having me, guys. Make sure you get a good shot. Is that bad?
Nah.
The reading that I had, is that bad?
I'd like to know if he was caught on the way to pick up the fish and chips or on the way home. Because if he was caught on the way, there's a good chance he never got to the fish and chip shop.
Well, do you know what? He was probably going to get found guilty anyway. And if you're forking out a lot of money for legal representation, you know what? He saved a bit of coin there.
He should have gone legal aid to start with. And second to that, I mean, I reckon his fish and chip line, he's just hoping on the off chance that the judge found himself in the same situation once, so he was able to draw a line and a parallel and go, you know, you're not going to believe it. That happened to me, and my wife was furious without fish and chips. You're off. Have a good weekend, mate, and make sure you pick up a couple of dimmies for me.
He's probably picked the one takeaway food that he thought, what's the judge going to have, the most sort of remorseful for me. If it's fish and chips, if you throw a couple of pieces of flake and a minimum chips out there, the judge might go, you know what, fair call. Off you go, scallywag.
If he was clever, he would have turned up with some fish and chips just to fill the courtroom with the scent of fish and chips to make the judge hungry, and then go, you know that feeling you've got right now? Times that by 10 in the emotional brain of a pregnant woman, and then get back to me, you fool, for a judge.
I'm really disappointed when I found out a couple of weeks ago that you and Kate are vinegar people on your chips. Really disappointed by that.
I'm so sorry.
See, even Leno's shaking his head. Tom's shaking his head.
Yeah, what about chicken salt, guys?
No.
You know?
No.
Give me a
The thing
break.
about the vinegar, it's a sprinkling, and it can go from your fish to your chips and even to your peas, and I'm not afraid to eat them mashed. I've said
God,
it,
you've
mate.
lost it.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Stuck in traffic, lost your patience. Love, desire, lust and passion. Take a breath and stop berating. Have a crack at traffic dating.
Love Island UK is back for a scorching new season. Stream new episodes daily for free, only on 9 Now.
Hey, have we ever done a traffic dating where there's $1,000 up for grabs for the lovely lady and man that will be competing today?
Oh my God.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm a freshie here. But
My mind runs, and I think that's dinner in a hotel as well.
well, or just a nice pair of new shoes.
New shoes for the dinner, maybe. Sorry, you went pre, I went post. I tell you what, Annaliese is from Bronte. She's 29 years old. Tommy, how would you describe Annaliese?
I would describe her as on our Instagram right now, guys, if you would like to see a photo.
She's very
no,
attractive, Tom.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Let's not ask Tom. Let's ask Annaliese herself. Good morning, Annaliese.
Hi, Annaliese.
Annaliese, you there? Okay, let's get her back. Well,
Hopefully
interesting
she
because
doesn't get nervous.
Kate, the photo we do have here, I wonder if that is her dog. It's Bring Your Dog to Work Day today. She has a beautiful dog there. She has beautiful blue eyes as well, Kate, doesn't she?
Striking.
Yeah, very big dog. Wow.
Very big. Looks like a big Swiss Shepherd.
Annaliese, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
there she
You're on the
is.
toilet, Annaliese, I can hear.
No, I wasn't on the toilet. I think I might have had you muted by accident.
No,
Oh,
okay.
Annaliese, that's fine.
Welcome
Is
to the
that-
show.
Is that your dog that we can see there, Annaliese?
Yes, it is. He's actually with me right now. We're having a coffee.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Oh, and is that how you
He's not
usually
having coffee. But
you start your day like that? Hanging out with the dog, having a coffee?
Go down. Yeah, watch the sunrise. My dog.
Annaliese, we're so excited about the chance of you finding love. There's $1,000 as well for you and whoever you may choose. But let's find out a little bit more about you.
Morning, Sydney. I'm Annaliese. I'm 29 from Bronte and I've just gotten back from Europe.
Many unbearable hours later.
So I'm needing a snuggle buddy to beat this Sydney cold.
It's cold.
I'm a flight attendant for a Qantas, and when it comes to dating, I'm sick of the turbulence and ready for a smooth landing. I'm looking for a guy who's kind, charismatic, taller than me, and can keep themselves clean. Mullets, though? Apparently, I look like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, which is ironic because that's what I want to do to my ex. I'm also an eyebrow and lash technician, so once I've taken care of Webber's monobrow, maybe I can do the same to yours. On the weekend, you can find me at the AFL with the girls, eyeing up the talent of the field.
What a shindig.
My ideal night would involve a card game, good food, a couple of red wines,
This is for the girls.
and a boogie to some 80s music.
Shiny disco ball.
I love adventure, camping, hiking, and going for a surf. So, water, you waiting for? Get calling 13 24 10,
Come on, you bastard.
and maybe you can join me on my next wave.
Oh my God, Annaliese is a cat.
She is the complete package.
Oh, wow. Annaliese, do you have a type of guy? I mean, you gave some indication, but in your dating history, is there the type that you're looking for?
I wouldn't say that I have a type because when I look back at all my exes, they're all so different.
Great,
Yeah.
great, that's good.
So I think I just go by, I don't know, just persona, who they are,
Yep.
how they make me feel. It's
Yeah,
all about a feeling.
absolutely.
All about a feeling, man. This is awesome.
This is magnificent,
All
fellas.
right.
This is an unbelievable opportunity to take a gorgeous young lady out for a date, but also to win yourself $1,000 thanks to Love Island UK. This is your opportunity.
Hi,
Annaliese.
Annaliese.
Hi.
She's 29 years of age. She's from Bronte. She's a flight attendant. She just got back from Europe. She's looking for a man. She wanted to kill her ex-boyfriend, but now she's moved on. And fellas, this is your opportunity because Annaliese has already got herself $1,000, but another $1,000 up for grabs thanks to Love Island UK. Sam in Blacktown, welcome to the show, Sam.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, Sam, deep voice on Sam.
Hello,
Beautiful voice, Sam.
Oh, I'm just reading about Sam on the screen here.
Oh, he sounds
I've been practicing this voice the whole morning.
Yeah, well, Sam, you've got the beautiful Annaliese listening at the moment. You need to sell yourself. You've got 30 seconds, young man. Off you go.
Annaliese, 6'5", gym junkie, likes to go camping, fishing, rides motorbikes, workaholic, 60 hours a week. I enjoy doing my downtime doing not much at all apart from spending time with somebody else.
What do you do for work? Oh, am I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just asking for you, Annaliese. What do you do for work?
I'm a butcher.
Oh, my
Butcher.
gosh.
And so with that downtime that you do have, Sam, it sounds like you're a workaholic. What are you? You like riding your motorbikes, but do you like going to the movies, or are you romantic, Sam?
Movies, dinner dates. I like going to never the same restaurant twice. I do have a 3-year-old son that I spend as much time as I can with.
Yeah.
Yep.
But due to working so much, I don't get to spend as much time with him as I'd like to.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. Pleased to meet you with me to
Beautiful,
please you.
Sam.
Sam, do you mind, do I have permission if Annaliese does nor choose you, I might hand your number over to Kate Ritchie.
No, please do. I've been listening to Kate Ritchie for years.
All right, mate.
That'd be a dream come true.
Okay, Sam, pull your head in, mate.
What's your favourite cut of meat, Sam? Favourite cut of meat?
Porterhouse.
Me to somebody, this is one that somebody else cooks for me because I handle it all day and I don't like cooking it when I get home.
Oh, okay.
He's a butcher.
Can cook the perfect steak.
Okay, contestant number 2 is Kyle in Freshwater. Loves the beach. Good morning, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Why don't we go to Lee in Neutral Bay first, and we'll come back to
Okay.
Kyle.
Contestant number 2 is Lee in Neutral Bay. Good morning, Lee.
Bitsy, Kate and Whipper, absolute pleasure. How are you?
This is
well-mannered.
great. Yeah. This is great. Now, Lee, Annaliese is listening. You got 30 seconds to sell yourself. Age, job. Tell us what you love in your life. Lee, off you go.
Annaliese, Lee, 31 from Neutral Bay. I am a pilot and I'm just looking for a bit of love in this cold climate. You said you're a bit cold and I'm happy to, I'm a warm-blooded male ready to warm things up. I'm looking for not much turbulence and smooth landings. Would love to take you on a date.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Come on, what do you love in life, Lee? Give us a bit more.
Me, love the simple things, Bitsy. You just good bit of downtime, good music and good company.
Lee, can we ask who you fly for? Can you tell us or not?
Nah, I can't, unfortunately.
That's all right. That's okay. Lee, this is so exciting. You sound like a great catch.
Ever been in love before, Lee?
I have. I've had my heart broken, but I don't think, as long as I don't get killed from Annaliese, I think we can make this one happen.
Yeah,
great.
no,
I like you, Lee.
there's none of that stuff happening.
Okay, that's contestant 2. Contestant 3 is Kyle in Freshwater. Are you there this time, Kyle?
I am, sorry. How are we?
That's okay, Kyle. We just need to find out a little bit about you, mate. And you got 30 seconds on the clock. Off you go.
Yeah, 28, live on the northern beaches. Love a Manly Sea Eagles game on the weekend when it's on. Sunday Arvo's even better.
Oh, yeah.
With a 4 pints beer in hand and a couple weekend trips away when I get the time. But yeah, that's about it.
Oh, yeah. What do you do in your spare time? What do you do in your spare time, Kyle?
Currently got a dog, so go for a walk, grab a coffee, hang out with mates.
Get the gym.
What do you do for work, Kyle?
Work in the city.
What does that mean?
I'm a consultant, so anything, whatever the client pays for.
All right,
Oh, sounds like code for something.
Yeah,
he's a
mystery
dealer.
man.
No, he's not. Annaliese, this is going to be really tough for you. You've been listening out. Are you pretty confident with who you're going to go with, Annaliese?
Not really, to be honest.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, talk us through your thoughts.
I don't know. I feel like they're possibly all missing something.
They're cool.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was a good lineup.
Well, so did I.
Well, Annaliese, this is you. I mean, this is your choice here, so you can do whatever you want, okay? And I mean, you can pick someone, whether you go on a date with them or not. It's totally up to you. You got Sam in Blacktown. He's the butcher, loves his motorbikes and camping.
Have a crack.
Lee in Neutral Bay, he's a pilot, loves a bit of golf, drinking with mates, and he wants to warm you up for winter. And Kyle in Freshwater, who works in the city.
All right, Annaliese, here we go.
Come on, Annaliese.
Who would you like? 1, 2, or 3?
I think I'm going to go with the mystery man because there clearly needs to be more found out there.
Kyle in Freshwater, congratulations.
Wow, there we go.
Oh my gosh, Kyle, meet Annaliese.
Hi, Kyle.
Nice to meet you, Annaliese. Sorry, my bio wasn't as good as yours.
No, that's all right. This is probably the wildest thing that I've ever done, so I don't know, the nerves can stop you from telling everything. What do you do for work?
I do actually work in the city.
Okay.
And yeah, maybe we can chat more about it later.
Okay, what do you get up to in Freshwater?
I just got back from walking the dog and grabbing a coffee, and about to start working from home.
Oh, that's exactly what I did.
Well, there we go. A few things in common already.
Whatever happens from this moment forward, Annaliese, you got $1,000. Kyle, you got $1,000.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Can we continue on the theme of love? Because you know I love love.
I love
I read this story which made my heart flutter last night. Keithy Urban.
Is it a regular again, is it?
Yeah, it is, that topic beat.
To the cardio.
So you guys reset this beast. Keithy Urban, we love him. He got really emotional talking about his marriage to Nicole Kidman. So this was at the 49th AFI Life Achievement Award, and it was a tribute to Nicole Kidman. He was welcomed up on stage to say a couple of words about his beautiful wife, Nicole.
How wonderful.
He said, after he got married, I didn't realise this. So 4 months after they got married, all the substance issues that Keith had had in the past came back. And so 4 months after they got married, he ended up in the Betty Ford Centre for 3 months. Oh. So out of a total of 7 months, the majority of the year that they'd spent together, he'd been in the Betty Ford clinic.
Okay.
He said it was just terrible. I'm 3 months in, I've got no idea what's going to happen to us. He said, if you want to see love in action and you want to see what that really looks like, give that a whirl. He said Nick pushed through every negative voice, and I'm sure even some of them were her own. And she chose love, and here we are now, 18 years later. He went on to say that she has the capacity to love like no one I have ever met. He was nervous the first time he picked up the phone to call her. He said, when I finally did, we spoke like we'd known each other forever.
Do you know what? It is. There's. I've got a few stories of mates as well that were bad boys, and isn't it the ultimate story of a girl turning a bad boy around, Kate? But it's bloody hard to do. You need a lot of patience.
No, I think the idea of trying to turn anyone around is actually that's impossible. I think it's impossible because I do think that I think it's the person themselves that has to do it.
It's the spots.
Yeah, but you would have to say that Keith wouldn't have been able to do it without Nick.
Yeah, he could have.
No way in the world.
Yes, he could have, and he could have. I'm yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, well, it needs to start with you, doesn't it?
It does have to be you ultimately.
But if he didn't have that support if Nick left him,
yeah,
do you think that he would have spiralled again?
He may have, but then he may have found the strength within himself to do it on his own, which is ultimately what he needs. It may have been a bit of tough love.
He said the thing about Nick is she loves life. She loves life like no one I've ever met. She is so passionate about being alive. So am I. Tommy,
Did you add the so am I as in you, or is that Keith?
No, it's always great to bring it back onto you.
No,
how does that work?
I think we're all passionate.
Yeah, I know, but Tommy, what a transition you made. I mean, you talk about change. Your wife, Inga.
Yep,
She I've never seen a transition like this outside of The Biggest Loser.
What do you mean?
Well, just Tommy wasn't the person he is today without the strength that his beautiful wife gave him.
Yeah.
Well, she just changed his fashion. That was it.
No, it wasn't.
Tommy's still the same person.
It was his need to be a better person.
She introduced me to salad, which I hadn't eaten until I was about 26.
Do you enjoy salad?
I love it now.
Yeah.
Tuna salad every day, please.
Your default is no longer a bag of dimmies.
No. Huh? Dimmies, absolutely not a bag of dimmies, which I did love. Love a good steamed dimmy.
Oh my god!
I love a fried.
Because wait till you
one.
need to eat a bag of dimmies all the time.
Dripping in soy.
You've asked me twice. There
Oh
we
my
go.
god! But look at him now.
Thank you, Keith.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Obviously, a fair bit going on this weekend. Showers looks like they're sticking around as well, which is a bit of a bugger. But out at Homebush, there's some big games of footy. You've got the Rabbitohs versus the Sea Eagles at a core stadium, but also the big Sydney derby at NG Stadium, GWS taking on the Sydney Swans. This is going to be a huge game.
Yeah.
Kate, we had Harry Himmelberg on before, and congratulations to Harry and his beautiful fiancée. They're having a baby, which is great news.
Very exciting.
Fair bit going on there, but geez, it's been a disastrous week for both teams. First of all, for GWS, their main defender and one of their best players in the team is out indefinitely with a ruptured testicle. I just cringe every time I have to say those two words.
What?
Ruptured and testicle.
Why?
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
Well, you get hit really hard, and your actual nut can split in half.
What do you mean, like a walnut?
Yeah, happened to a mate of mine, and there was a doctor on the sideline because it blew up to an avocado immediately, and the doctor said, "That's all right. We're going to need to go to hospital and drain it. It'll take about 10 minutes." And then 2 hours later, he woke up, and they'd had to remove the testicle. So they also took some semen to make sure in case he couldn't produce to then have babies. But that's how hard he got hit in the nut.
Oh,
wow.
It split.
Kate, can I ask you, because I remember in primary school, softball, I was batting and there was a girl that was pitching in the softball and I hit it back and unfortunately hit her in the boob.
In the bosom.
She said to me that was the equivalent to a knackering for a man. Is it very painful?
Well, it depends, I suppose. How old was this girl?
Well, we would have been in year 7, so 12?
Well, you never know. It may be even more painful than usual because when there's a lot of hormones rushing through the body and things are changing, those areas can become incredibly sensitive. So just to the touch, it's painful.
Okay. Gotcha. Did you want to do 13, 24, 10? What was the most painful thing?
No,
that
what
happened
13,
to
24, 10,
genitals?
what's more painful than childbirth? Or I thought that's what we were doing.
No, I mean, I weed on an electric fence once. That wasn't good.
Well, it gets even worse for the Sydney Swans. So that's the GWS side of things. At the Sydney Swans, two of their players, Will Hayward and Harry Cunningham, were made to... this is really unfortunate, but the boys had to try to recreate an iconic Australian Women's Weekly duck cake during the week.
Okay.
Oh, I know the duck cake. My sister's made the duck cake. Or did she decide
with a lot
not
of cream. There's popcorn in there and some chips, some Samboy chips, Kate.
I know the one because the chips make up the duck bill.
I know, hilarious. And you've got popcorn for the hair.
Yeah.
It's very difficult because it's not flat on the cake board. It's
disgusting.
3D. It's not disgusting.
And what went wrong?
Oh, their version of it is. Is that theirs?
That is an absolute nightmare. And I tell you what, you don't want to prepare for a big game this week by producing an absolute effort like that with a duck cake, a Women's Weekly duck cake.
I hope the commentary team, if Will Hayward was to miss a goal from sort of 30 out, they blame it on the duck cake. His mind is elsewhere. He's not focused tonight.
He's thinking about the icing. Could have been smoother.
Yes.
It's kind of... Well, it actually looks like a ruptured testicle.
It's like a drunk plucker.
Do you think that works for bonding fits? Do you think it makes sense? Or, I mean, I can just imagine, you know how enormous these blokes are?
Yep.
All those huge fingers trying to arrange popcorn onto the top of a duck's head.
Do you know what happens at a footy club, Kate? When it comes to media...
Yes, please tell me. than wanting to know.
When it comes to media, you get your turn, right? So you go, okay, in a couple of weeks, Will Hayward and Harry Cunningham, it's your turn to do media that week. So it's the boys, they have to do a few interviews. They might have to do a couple of crazy videos for socials.
Yeah.
So they would have rocked up that day going, okay, what are we doing here? What do we have to do?
Okay.
Boys, lucky today you're recreating the Women's Weekly Duck Cake. This is not why I took up football. This is not why I trained my whole life to be a professional sportsman.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Okay, guys, here we go. First riddle. A little bit of a twister. Got some wonderful variation in today's riddles. So enjoy the roller coaster of riddle.
Okay. The riddle roller coaster.
That's better. If you claim to have this, you likely don't. However, if you never claim to have this, you probably do.
Gout.
Nope. What is it?
Did you make this one up?
No.
Is it perhaps an ego?
You are... What sits alongside that, Tom?
Oh, ego is not a dirty
like
word.
a bad attitude or
No.
Self-esteem? No.
You are
I'd say
really...
ego. Ego's correct.
You're in the party. You're definitely in the party, Tom, and you're about to meet somebody called...
So Ego's brother. Ego's brother is called...
Can you repeat the riddle, and then I think we'll nail it.
If you claim to have this, you likely don't. However, if you never claim to have this, you probably do. What is it? Someone that doesn't brag.
Confidence.
Humbleness.
Humbleness. Tom Ivy!
Oh, humbleness. Oh, I knew I'd get that one.
Just a little bit.
Don't help me again, Leno.
There you go.
Okay. You can try to run, but then they have to catch me. I can be hard to hold, but you always need me. What am I?
Do it again.
A shadow.
No, mate. You can try to run, but then you have to catch me. I can be hard to hold, but always need me. What am I?
Water.
No.
Run. Tap.
No.
Perhaps your heartbeat.
No, but associated with. You can try
Breath. Catch your breath.
Oh,
Kate
Oh, you're amazing, Kate Ritchie.
Well said, Kate.
Well said, Kate.
Well said, Kate.
Good on you, Kate.
Feel free to say it as well, guys.
Kate's rights.
Yes.
I'm going to ask. I'm going to need you to think for this last one.
Oh, we've been thinking all morning.
No, but this is like hats don't really fit Fitzy's head, but you need your thinking cap on right now. Here we go.
One in the think.
A man was found dead in his study holding a gun. There was a cassette recorder on the desk. When the police entered the room and pressed the play button on the tape recorder, they heard, "I can't go on, I have nothing to live for." Then there was a sound of a gunshot. How did the detective immediately know that the man had been murdered and it wasn't a suicide?
Wow.
Because it was a woman's voice.
The murderer was there going, I did it.
Nope.
It's to do with the voice. That was a woman's voice on the tape.
No. Good thinking, though, Kate, because maybe it has something to do with the tape. Do you want me to go again?
Yeah,
I'll give it to you quickly. A man was found dead in his study holding a gun. There was a cassette recorder on the desk. When the police entered the room and pressed the play button on the tape recorder, they heard, "I can't go on, I have nothing to live for." Then there was the sound of a gunshot. How did the detective immediately know that the man had been murdered and it wasn't a suicide? Think about the tape recorder.
Did you say they pressed play?
Yep.
And it's...
Straight away it said, "I can't go on, I have nothing to live for." Followed by a gunshot.
Not to go all Angela Lansbury on you guys.
Oh, Murder, She Wrote.
Good reference, good.
But...
5 in the think.
If they were murdered, the tape would have been rewound to the start by the murderer.
Is that it?
Thomas Bryan Ivy!
Leno got that one too, I think. Did you get that, Leno?
If he'd shot himself, the tape would have been at the end.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
No.
good.
No, wait. Wait up. He could have recorded himself, rewound it, and then shot himself.
No, because you heard the gunshot on the record.
Thomas
Brian. Yeah, well answered, Tommy.
Well said, Whip.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How about this story? I don't know if you saw it when it came out yesterday. Jennifer Hudson has a very busy dad.
Does she? What do you mean by busy dad?
Well, you know that she's an incredible actress and singer, isn't she?
Amazing singer.
Amazing. And she grew up with a couple of siblings. She got to a point in her life where she thought maybe she knew there were a few other children, perhaps, that Dad had fathered, and she thought maybe she would go and try and find them. And it turns out there are 26 siblings that she had to find.
What's Dad's name? Have we got Dad's name?
Easter Bunny?
I don't. Oh my goodness, Jennifer, to my body. No, we don't have a Dad's name, which is probably a good thing because heaps of people are looking for him.
And he keeps changing it.
Yeah. So she is the youngest of 27 children.
Oh my God!
And so when she went out there, she found a few more of the siblings and did. She met them. And she had this, romanticised of the big dream of having everybody at Thanksgiving, which is a very big Thanksgiving if you're going to find 27.
She could afford to do it.
Well, they tend to come out of the woodwork then, don't they?
Isn't it interesting, though, because it feels like it would have been a continuous choose-your-own-adventure where she would have knocked on the door and gone, hi, I think we have the same dad. And the conversation would have continued to end with, yeah, but have you met Tracy? And then she'd go to the next house and then Tracy would go, yeah, but have you met Sabrina?
Yeah.
And she just kept going. It would have been a great TV show.
Yeah, it would have been.
Or do you reckon that when she got the results back, she was just looking at... No. This is obviously a short list. But can you tell me who his actual kids are?
Yeah, exactly.
No. That's it. That all 26 of them are his. He must have just looked at women and got them pregnant.
Oh, I think so. I mean, very fertile. I think the search should have started with just assume everyone's your sibling.
Yep.
And when I tell you they're not, it's going to be quicker that way.
Oh, well done, Dad. You've done us proud.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.